today I've partnered up with my friends over at Works to not only review and work on their versatile workbench called the Pegasus, but also to teach you some insanely easy DIY wood lanterns that I'm using for my fall front door decor. This is actually a versatile folding table that may be used as a sawhorse or a portable workbench. So it's like the perfect thing to have if you have a smaller shop and you can't really take up too much floor space. You can at least put this guy away every night. The table itself is 30 pounds, which is really light. You can pick it up and move this thing around with ease. I'm a sucker for anything that implements any sort of organization or storage, so I love that there's these little pockets that you can keep your screws, bits, and things if needed. And then down below, I love that there is like almost a little miniature table to like hold your wood or power tools for whatever project you're working on. When you aren't using the two clamps that are provided with the table that also slide into those little pockets, you can store them on these little handles down below, which again, I love. It's just smart storage, and this is just a smart solution for people that don't have a lot of space. As you can tell, I'm super pumped about the clamps, but these things slide into place, so I was determined to do a DIY where I can use the clamps on the tabletop versus like clamping to the tabletop. They have an 18-inch in either a horizontal or a vertical position, and the clamps can also provide a maximum force up to 300 pounds. There's these tabs on the side that you can actually use to connect more than one Works Pegasus tables to elongate or make your, what is it? I'm trying to sound smart, but make your workspace bigger. It also comes with 4 clamp dogs, and clamp dogs are pieces that will snap into the work table to help stabilize and secure unique shapes and provide additional support for clamping projects. Looking back at this edit, I'm actually really shocked I didn't use the clamp dogs at all. I just think I brain farted through this whole project, but let's just get into making these super easy DIY wood lanterns. I'm storing my wood, obviously, where the wood storage can go underneath the table, so it's all in one place, and I'm starting with a square. Now, you can make the lantern whatever size you want. I'm gonna have one that is a 10 by 10 base and 2 that are an 11 by 11 base. I was being super ambitious and cocky at the beginning of this DIY. I was going to make 2 lanterns at once, but then I ended up getting confused and mixing my pieces. So just focus on one of the pieces while I tell you how this works. Whatever size square that you are using as the base of your lanterns, you want to cut out 8 pieces in total that are the length of your sides, and you want to attach that with some wood glue and your nail gun. I started with my pin nailer, but it just wasn't strong enough, so I moved to my nail gun. In those little corners, we are actually going to be securing dowels to the height of whatever you desire. I'm going to make mine 24 inches tall for my 11 by 11 lanterns, and then about 18 inches tall for my 10 by 10 lantern. I added the 4 dowels to each corner the same way that we did the 4 pieces to the base of the lantern. Although these guys might not be like insanely heavy duty, they are definitely the perfect DIY decorative lantern that you can make for weddings or events. You can bust them out real quick. Now I'm going to turn that guy on his side and then clamp him into place and add the remaining 4 11-inch pieces to the top to complete the lantern. I do have to say, while making these lanterns, I actually made 3 in less than an hour, and I have to like attribute it to, is that the right word? Attribute? Give credit to the clamps that are within the table. The fact that I didn't have to move them every which way when I was working, they just kind of rest in the table and stay right there. It made my life so much easier. Once my lanterns were complete, I went ahead and just covered the surface because I don't want to ruin it, obviously, but I am going to be staining them to just warm them up a bit because they are going to be in my front door for the rest of November, and there's just a lot of red tones there. As much as I love the natural wood, which I normally just always say like, oh, I love the natural wood, I'm not going to stain it. Well, I'm going to stain these guys. Before you stain, you can fill the holes from the nail gun if you wish with some wood putty and then sand it down to be completely smooth once it's dry. Or, you know, if you have another tip or trick for me covering these holes, that sounded weird, comment it down below. Once I sanded everything down smooth and removed all the debris, I went ahead and lifted these guys up with some painter cones, which is like my favorite little tip and trick for your workshop when you're staining or painting anything. And I went ahead and added my choice of color. Not only is this the perfect project for any level DIYer, but these lanterns are so versatile. You can add candles, you can theme them up or theme them down. I'm like falling in love with them the more that I work on them. Once the stain was all dry, I went ahead and sprayed them down with an exterior spar urethane, and really the rest is up to your creative imagination. I decided to stack some pumpkins because I really love that look from my Halloween front door decor and just wanted to carry it over for November. I love how these lanterns turned out, and honestly, the Works Pegasus table made my life so much easier with the clamps just being built right in. If you guys want to get your own, be sure to check out the link down below. It is only $100, and you can enter my coupon code to get a little extra off. Thank you so much to Works once again for sponsoring today's video. I will see you Sunday for another DIY.